This is Yudislaidy Fernandez reporting for Miami Today. Ever walked into a cruise ship and felt like you were stepping into a whole different world? Well, if you did, that world might have been created by Joe Farcus. He's a longtime cruise ship architect. He has designed many of Carnival Cruise Lines' fleet. With 30 years of experience, he has been the mastermind behind about 40 of Carnival's floating resorts. He sat with us and discussed his creative process and where he finds the inspiration to come up with so many different ideas. And he even shared some details about some of the ships he's designing right now. Here's what he had to share.
The idea has been, for me anyway, to create evolutionary designs rather than revolutionary designs. And since ships are quite a bit different from, let's say, a land-based resort, they're different because, first of all, the space is much more limited. The configuration of the ship is, long and narrow like a cigar, whereas a hotel, you're only confined by the property itself and zoning regulations and so forth. So it's much more of a challenge. The rules are much more strict in terms of safety, weight, having to do with stability of the ship, and fire laws and so forth are much more stringent. So it's a tougher ball game. But that in and of itself is the challenge. And the one thing, although we have changed and we have become more sophisticated, we've offered, better food, better entertainment, and used the advancement in technologies to create various lighting effects and different moods on the ship that weren't possible 30 years ago. All those things have built up to it. But I think that people are taking a cruise today for the same basic reason they did 30 years ago. I think that when you, as a customer or guest, make that decision to buy a cruise, you're saying something. You're saying that I'm stepping off this solid land that I'm used to and going on board a ship which pitches and rolls, and when you're out at sea, excuse me, and you're out at sea, there's no horizon, it's all horizon. There's no occasionally there's an island, occasionally there's another ship, but it's another world. And I try never to forget that.